All right, boys and girls, now that we have seen some Duplo creations in the Lego movie, we are going to come up with some creatures of our own. Now, when we work with this, all right, we're just going to be using cubes or 3D squares. And the app that we're going to be using on our iPads is something called Blocks. It's very similar to Minecraft or any of those other kind of pixelated video games. So when you and your partner get your iPad, you're going to be looking for the app that says Blocks. It kind of looks like me with a blocky guy with glasses and a beard and a mustache. Okay, and we're going to tap on that, and this is what opens. Okay, so what we want to do, I'm going to show you a few features before we start to play and experiment. You're going to come up with a creature, and what I'd like you to do is see if you can match one side with the other. All right, so here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and hit plus. So I hit that plus button. It's warming up. And we're ready to go. So I'm going to show you the basic features here. All right, so this is where we're going to do our building. Now, when you do your building, I want each of the partners to take turns experimenting. So down here, this is my block tool, right? And that's the one we're going to be using first. Down here are the color choices you could use for your block. So when I start my creature, all I have to do is pick a color to start with. You can see it has green there, but I can change it to any one of those colors. And when I'm ready, I just touch a square on the grid and it shows up. So if I want 3, now with my fingers, if I use one finger, I can turn like this. So if I have 3 blocks and I want to build another 3 next to it for the feet, I can do that. If I want to build on top, you can see I can do that too. If you would like to zoom, I can use 2 fingers and zoom in or zoom out. 2 fingers. Okay? So let's say I have that and I want to start to build maybe a leg. You can change the color a little bit. I have that so you can see. Then maybe I want to see a body. So I'm going to go across. So you can see how I can kind of play with it and rotate it. If I want to get rid of something, all right, there is a delete right here. So if I tap on that, don't worry about these other icons, okay? But right here, that tells me I can, and if I do that, you can see it takes it away. There is also a redo button up here, and if I made a mistake and I didn't want to get rid of that, you can see how I can bring them back. But if you want to get rid of something, you make sure this red one's on, and I can take those away, right? So if I want those to go back, I can use the redo, or I can add them. All right, so it's very much like Minecraft. Right? Maybe I want the person or the monster to be a little wider so you can see how I can rotate. If I know I'm going to go in a row, I can just click. Maybe I want this next row to be a little darker. And I can do that too. All right, so it's pretty easy to use. If I want to change that color, if I'm like, oh, you know what? I want that to match the others. If I go and I touch this paint bucket right here, and I touch those, oh, you can see how it changes. All right, so if I made a mistake, oh, you can see how that changes all of that. If I didn't like that, I can redo it back to what I had. All right, so I can build. Maybe I want to add a couple arms or wings. Maybe I want to add a tail back here. Alright, so you can see how I do that. Maybe I want it to be a little darker on the tips. Alright, so you can see how it's pixelated. It's like blocks, just like Duplos or Legos as we work. Maybe I want it to be one more. All right. Yeah, I want that to be a little taller. All right. And the cool thing about this is I can look at it. It looks like a bird, doesn't it? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a beak on it, since it does look like a bird. Big beak. So the cool thing is you can see, if I look at it like this, the left side matches the right side. All right, so I have equal parts. And if that's not perfect, that's okay. But the cool thing about this, just like Minecraft or any of those other games that you might play, is I can rotate it. I can see what it looks like from all different directions. All right. Now, one of the other cool things about this is, let's say that's my creature. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add, oh, I want to change that to a dark blue. Cool. Let's say I want to change this. I want to give it some detail. So this one is a sticker. So you can see it's got these different parts. So if I want to put an eye on there, I can do that, and I can put a couple eyes on it. If I don't like those eyes, I could try something else, and it just replaces it. I kind of like to see the white. So you can see how I can do that. All right. When we are completely done, it also has mouth. So if I wanted to put like a mouth on it, I could. So you can see it kind of moves it off to one side. If I don't want to put a mouth on it, I can just get rid of that. Once you and your partner have a creature that you like, all right, we're going to save it. And I'm going to save it by going up here to this yellow button. And I'm going to press that. It's going to ask us if it's okay. 8427. So 8427. And then we want to save it to our camera. So if I click on that, I can hit this home button over here and find my photos, which is right here. And then it should be in my camera roll. And there is my creation. Now there's one other thing that we can do too real quick. And that is if I go back into the app, right here, and I can play it like this. It's going to say record. Are you ready? I want to allow. And it could see. So it's just kind of a neat finale that you can see. All right? And we're good. And that's about it. So, once you and your partner are done and you have an image saved, give me a thumbs up so I know. So we've got plenty of time to play and experiment and create a creature where one side matches the other.